3 minutes left in regulation time at the 88th Grey Cup. It's a 5-point BC lead. Some people may have thought the game was over when Allen put them up 25-13, but Montreal, Mike, doesn't give up.
Absolutely, Mark. No pun intended, but they showed the mark of a champion by coming back and scoring that touchdown to go up.
The key for the BC Lions now is, do they keep poise and not get frustrated? They still dominated this game.
There's a poised play. Allen to Alfred Jackson. And a huge first down as Jackson takes it into Montreal territory. A big-time play on 2nd and 4, and look what is in the building.
Well, the cup is in the building, and you know what? If you're sitting on the BC sideline, you're less than 3 minutes away from hoisting that thing up there. But boy, Damon Allen just does a wonderful job of utilizing all his weapons. We've seen Donnie Blair come up with big catches. Drummond, we've talked about him all day, and Millington. But how about Alfred Jackson coming up with a big catch there?
43,827 here at McMahon. Allen carries it himself. A first down inside the 35. Remember, folks, he's 37 years of age. Just as smooth as he was a decade ago.
You couldn't describe it any better. He just makes it look like a snow workout there, and that's probably been one of the things that's gone against him, because they think that he's just got this lackadaisical kind of attitude, and yet he's just such a great athlete and just makes it look too easy.
1st and 10 from the 33. 1st and 10, clock running. And so are the Lions as Millington gets down to the 30, 3 more. Well, you know, he passed Ron Lancaster and the debate started. And many said he's not even a top 5 all-time CFL quarterback. Well, he may not have been as consistent as Lancaster or Flutie, but on any given day, he could beat any quarterback that's ever played in the CFL.
Absolutely. I think it's a crime to try and pick the best ever. I think there's too many great quarterbacks that have played this great game, but to be included in the group of the great ones is honor enough.
He's passed for 233 yards, now rushed for 41, 2nd and 6. And they don't get the play off, and Jason Richards draws a flag. Well, remember, Chuck Levy flagged early in the game. It was costly. And that was even more costly at this point. Under 2 minutes to go.
Absolutely. I mean, Damon Allen does what a punter does, and that's stay down, hoping to draw the flag. And Jason Richards pops him. Damon Allen stays down, and the flag is a late flag, but you know, you can't do that. The whistle goes.
Time count violation. BC number 9. Major foul, necessary roughness. Montreal 43. First down.
That's the biggest ramification of that call, Chris, is it gives BC a whole new set of downs to use. And as we say, the clock is your enemy if you're a Montreal Alouette.
This is a team that does not take many penalties. And that was an awful one to take at this juncture of the game.
Well,
did he hear the whistle?
Well, that's the thing you don't know.
1st and 10 BC at the Montreal 25. Although if he hadn't heard the whistle, I think he would have finished the tackle with even more authority. Drummond cuts back down to the 20. 5 more for the Drum.
Well, after Drummond has exploited that outside bounce run, you finally see it being stopped.
Well, let's go back to the last play.
Well, I think there's no doubt that the whistles were blowing everywhere.
2nd and 5. Allen rolling left. I think the shovel was in his mind, and he will be stuffed at the 23, and that will bring up 3rd down. 89 seconds to go. Lui Passaglia, the 25-year veteran, is going to come on for one last kick.
Absolutely, Chris. And I mean, the importance of this kick, obviously, is it gives you an 8-point cushion or a 2-point touchdown for Montreal to tie the game.
Been a rough game for Lui, but some tough chances. But we'll forget about the 3 misses if he caps his career with this. The man born in the same year as the franchise he has played with such great distinction for 25 years. Silver anniversary of his career. One last kick for the silverware. That's the Lui we'll always remember. And it's an 8-point lead. And we're not done yet. Minute 25 left. And Montreal still within a touchdown and a 2-point convert.
And this is why it's so interesting now. Now you're BC's defense. Do you come after Cavillo? The last time you did, he beat you on a deep pass to Jock Climbing. Do you play safe and make him use the clock trying to get it down the field? Very much a game of chess, a game of strategy coming to play now.
85 seconds away from a Hollywood ending. Montreal scored a field goal and a touchdown their last 2 drives.
You know, Montreal had the option, or has the option still, if they wanted to start with their offense, but with the explosiveness of Winston October, it looks like they might return it.
Montreal wants the ball in October's hands. Will Brett Anderson kick it that deep?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Montreal lines up.
The Lions will kick off after their successful field goal.
I believe they will not kick it to Winston October, rather than Thomas Haskins.
Lions were very effective last week in the Western Final against Calgary with a shorter, medium-range kick. That's October. Hard run across the 45, and now a minute 20 remaining in regulation time. Glad you've been with us for another memorable Grey Cup game. And it's not done yet. What does Anthony Calvillo have left? They need 6, and then they need 2. And Ben Cahoon has the ball. Cahoon into Lion territory, a first down at the BC 52.
And getting the first down stops the clock. But it looks like Cavillo is going to go with the hurry up the fire offense to eliminate BC, getting their defensive signal sent in.
First catch of the game for Cahoon. The wideouts have been quiet. Now Calvillo in trouble, and down he goes. Carl Kidd in on the tackle. Chuck Levy there. Couple of the newcomers, the men who have bolstered the BC defense.
Absolutely. They send it in. They bring the blitz. Both outside linebackers converge and bring down Anthony Cavillo.
Now 2nd and 19. Montreal's in 3-down territory now. Calvillo gunning it wide open. Look out! Ben Cahoon! Touchdown! Can you believe it? 60 yards. 44 seconds to go, but they still need 2 more.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He just gets sacked the play prior. Sits back, unleashes the ball. You can see right there Cahoon working against McClellan. Brings it into the post, makes a move, and takes it 60 yards for a touchdown.
And now it comes down to this. Remember, the Lions missed on their two-point attempt. Mike Pringle will not be a factor. Haskins is in. Here comes the blitz. Calvillo in the end zone. Incomplete. Haskins tripped up. They're looking for a flag. There is not one on the carpet. Chuck Levy, the man we talked about, the emotional leader, provides the coverage that may have locked up the 88th Grey Cup.
What a play. Trying to get Haskins. Little bump. Haskins loses his footing. Goes down in the end zone.
Let's take another look. Does Charlie Taff have a case? Did Levy tackle Thomas Haskins?
He just gave him a shot, Chris, as he came into his territory. Pushed him off, knocked him off balance. He lost his footing, and the ball sailed harmlessly in the end zone.
Just checked with one of our spotters, Rob Crefo, who's run many routes in this league, and he thought it was okay. Want to thank Rob, Larry Mueller, our spotters, Carl Creighton and Dave Moyer crunching all the numbers. And now we look at a short kick and a last gasp with 44 seconds to go for Montreal. They load up the left side. Jump ball. Alfred Jackson's there. He's got it. Maybe the biggest catch of his life. Action Jackson, the sure-handed wide receiver, didn't have to run a route to make this catch.
Everybody gets it, but as you say, look at the height. Alfred Jackson climbs the ladder, goes to the penthouse to catch the ball.
He's only 6 feet tall. How about that vertical? No, jumping everybody. 42 seconds to go.
2000 Grey Cup.
Allen with a knee. Well, both teams missed two-point converts in this game. And in Montreal, they'll be talking about the brush by Levy on Haskins, who was off balance.
I tell you, had he not lost his balance, Chris,
he makes that catch.
He was behind Levy. And sometimes you got to be good to be lucky, and you got to be lucky to be good.
Second down, Allen now goes down back at the 50. 19 seconds to go. And that means they can run it out.
Now they'll run it out, take the penalty.
Clock running. What a day here at McMahon. And what a dream postseason. I'm going to get the Bert's going to stop the clock. That's going to force Allen to consume 3 more seconds the next time the ball is snapped.
The clock adds 17 seconds.
Shades of 94. BC winning 2 road games. First in Edmonton, then in Calgary. They adding that time.
19 seconds.
Back up to 19. And now we'll run it down again. Only the 4th third-place team in Grey Cup history to win. They did it in '94, and they've done it again here. From underdogs to Lion Kings The BC Lions are Grey Cup champions. And the winning points were provided by Lui Passaglia.
What a way to go out. What a game for this man. The play calling. You know what? We didn't use it all day, but Damon Allen, he dominated this game.
He is unquestionably one of the all-time CFL greats. Steve?
Thank you, Chris. I've got Robert Drummond with me. Robert, congratulations. You've done this before. How special is this one?
It's unbelievable. After the year we had, you know, the roller coaster ride we had all season, for these guys, group of guys to come together and just believe in one another, probably the whole country of Canada, you know. There's about 37 guys at the end of the day, they're the only ones that believe in ourselves. We believe in each other, and we got it accomplished.
At what point in the season, Robert, did you think this might be possible?
When Coach Barado came and just allowed guys to go out there and, you know, just be players, allowed us to be able to go out there, you know, and told us we can make mistakes. You know, human being makes mistakes. And we understood that and knew just play behind one another, and this is a great feeling.
Robert, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Chris?
Well, what a remarkable performance by Robert Drummond in the second half, ripping off a couple of big runs. This one, 44 yards for a touchdown as the BC Lions prevail. Well, Drummond celebrating yet another Grey Cup victory. Won the first 3 times he went to the big game. And disappointment for Jock Climbing, who waited so long to get here. 11 years, played so brilliantly today.
Absolutely, Chris. You know what? For Montreal, it was a question of just too late. They started too late. They didn't get their offense gelled to the second half. They turned it up, but they ran out of clock.
And this guy has the best scriptwriter in football, Lui Passaglia. The game-winning field goal, even though he didn't know it when he first kicked it. Mark?
Yes, Chris, indeed, a silver celebration for Lui Passaglia, celebrating his 25th season, his final game. What a way to go out, Mike Clemens.
Without question, you know, and this team has been through so much. They say adversity builds character. There's a saying that quitters never win and winners never quit. You're looking at the face of a guy who refused to quit. He epitomizes a team that refused to quit. A few months ago, they were a team of champions. Now they have transformed into a championship team.
And how about this man, Carl Kidd, joined this team with 5 games to play, and he's a Grey Cup champion.
Without question, a Grey Cup champion. It doesn't seem fair if you ask Jock Climbing on the other side of the ball, but he added so much to this team. He made them a physical defense, did so much for them as we look at a couple of the big guys now celebrating.
The Hoggies, a lot of tears on the faces of the BC Lions. 8-10 during the regular season, the first team with a sub-500 record to win the Grey Cup. But pinball, a month ago, this team was falling apart. There was internal dissension, finger pointing, and here they are at the Cup. They've done it in tremendous fashion, finding chemistry as we go back down to the field, and here's Steve again.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It now gives me great pleasure to call on, for the final time in his tenure as commissioner at the CFL, John Tory, to present the Grey Cup to the 2000 champions, the BC Lions.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Calgary for a great Grey Cup. Congratulations to the Montreal Alouettes to a great game. And now to David Braley, Adam Rita, Coach Barado, and Louis and Damon and all the BC Lions, the Grey Cup. Congratulations.
Fireworks paint the night sky over Calgary as BC celebrates a thrilling 28-26 win over the Montreal Alouettes to claim the 88th Grey Cup. And this man, Steve Barado, the BC head coach, not knowing what's coming, and he didn't know what was coming a couple of months ago either. He was out of work, laid off by his brother's firm, came to BC as a consultant. Within 10 days was a receivers coach, and by the end of the month, he'd taken over this club as head coach when Greg Mons left for the XFL. and he will sip the sweet nectar from the Grey Cup here today. What do you think about the drama of that kind of story, Mike Pinball?
That's just an incredible, incredible story. And it's so neat to see how he changed in terms of being a coach, how his whole temperament changed. He became a different person this time around, and I think it was a big influence on the way these guys played.
And to think that his arrival was something that the Lions really needed, because Mons had a team that was fighting with itself. He came in with that new, quiet demeanor and seemed to quell all the problems.
Without question, he really brought a temperament to this team and brought a family atmosphere to this team. They really enjoyed being around each other, enjoyed playing football together, but enjoyed being around each other off the field as well.
Robert Drummond, your old teammate, named the MVP, and with good reason today after 2 third-down gambles, one going for a touchdown, the other setting up the big touchdown by Damon Allen. But what about Sean Millington as we watch the Lions get their celebration shots here? Nobody feeling the cold in Calgary. Sean Millington rushing today 17 times for 99 yards. Here's a kid that was told he could only be a blocker, move from team to team, and for the first time since Orville Lee in 1988, he rushes for 1,000 yards and he gets the cup.
You know, we talked so much about the running game, Drummond and Millington. Well, it panned out today. The drum rolled and the mill turned. It was perfect, picture perfect. Rushing has been such a big part of the Grey Cup. Now for 6 years straight, the team that has led the game in rushing has won the football game, and Sean Millington set the tone in the first half of the football game. He did such a great job running the football, had 93 yards in the first half. Then his cohort, Robert Drummond, took over in the second half and rushed for over 100 yards in the second half alone.
Now Damon Allen gets to hoist the cup as we go upstairs to Chris and Chris.
All I can think of is this game never ceases to amaze.
Absolutely. Just when you think it's going one way, it swings back the other, and guys just keep making plays. And you got to give Montreal credit. They had a never-say-die attitude. They stayed in it. But BC Lions, this man, Damon Allen, every time Montreal did something, he'd answer back.
Just want to mention Craig Hendrickson, 10 years to get one chance at the cup. His dad played for the Lions, so did his brother, and now he's a champion. And there's Jamie Terrace, who thought about retiring. 14 distinguished years in the league, Joe Pow, and I'll tell you what, there are so many amazing storylines with this BC Lion team. Eric Carter lost as a Hamilton Tiger Cat in '98 to Calgary. He had to come to Calgary to win his first cup. And there's a guy that's found the cup a few times, the House of Pain, and boy, that offensive line, you know, I gave you your due the other day because I thought the 2 best offensive lines in the league got to the Grey Cup. And what a day they had.
Absolutely, both of them running the ball so effectively. Dan Payne, another guy we got to mention, Chris Perez. Outstanding game. He, another one of the BC Lions who is going to contemplate the retirement factor.
How about this man? He was the defensive coordinator in Hamilton in '86 when they pulled off a gigantic upset. 7 years later, the defensive coordinator of the Edmonton Eskimos when they won. And he scratched the 7-year itch again as he put this Lions defense back together, now embracing with Kelly Lockbaum, the kid from Abbotsford, who's a Grey Cup champion with the BC Lions.
Lui Passaglia with the winning points from his foot to go out and close a 25-year career with a silver celebration.